This is the promise to the woman that took the fruit of that tree. Did you hear this? Yeah. And we all became that woman. Every one of us, men and women, we became that woman. How do I know? The first man came out of God. Is that right?
That's right. Spirit man.
Every other man that's ever been born has come out of a woman.
Amen.
She was called Eve, the mother of all living. Oh Lord. We all became that woman. And you've been searching. You've been searching for your husband. You've been searching for the other half of you. You're not looking for a rib. Don't bother looking for a rib. But look for the Christ. That's the other part of your being that you thought was separated from you, but never ever was. And here's the Christ in you, looking across to see your soul, to see that other part that you think has been separated, and kept saying, oh, I love you. Just come here and let me hug you. Come over here and just let me love you. We are one. We can have such a ball here together. We can have such a wonderful life. If you would just come and let me love you like I want to. Oh, but I can't, Lord, because I'm naked. Oh, God. You see? The Christ in you is himself looking for that other part. He's looking for his wife. He's looking for the woman who is a part of the Spirit. And as I say to you, you cannot divide Spirit. Therefore you must be already joined to him. The reason for the problems in your life is because of the sense of separation. Once you're separated from God, you're just the dust and the meat for the serpent. That's all you are. And he's going to chew you up. But the promise here is, I'm going to put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. Well, we've produced that seed of the woman, the earthly seed of the woman, the natural seed of the woman. But he said, I'm going to put a difference between her seed and your seed. Because the woman's going to bear both of those seeds until you become the wife of the Christ. Until the union has taken place and you become one with him, then you're going to produce that other seed, which is the seed of the serpent. And that's what you are. That's what you express. It's not that you're wicked or bad. It's just that you have produced the wrong seed through the wrong union. Because you couldn't find your husband, you married the serpent. Or if you don't like that expression, you married the church. Why? Because you couldn't produce on your own. Why do people join the church? Because they want to be fruitful. And they can't do it unless they've got an organization. Why does a preacher become a pastor? Because he can't do it on his own. He can't do what I do. I travel the world as a ministry, but I have no organization. I have no church that's telling me what to do. I have no Sanhedrin behind me to tell me, do this, and I have no, nothing there that's going to support me except God. Well, who wants anything else if you've got God? What else do you want? I want to tell you, my testimony is that in all the years that I've been doing this ministry, never once have I asked anybody for 1 cent. Never. And every year, my round the world ticket costs about $4,500. That's not including all of the airfares in the countries where I minister. That doesn't cover the hotel expenses and all of the other stuff and the cost of the ministry, because when I have seminars I have to pay for their food and their accommodation and so on and so on and so on. I have never had to ask anybody for 1 cent.
Amen.
That's my testimony.
Amen.
And you see, God can do it.
Yes.
Yes, you can.
God can do it. In fact, it's the last thing that I ever think about is money. The
Hallelujah.
last thing. I just go ahead every year at the beginning and I go give to my travel agent, this is where I want to go this year. These are the dates. Please arrange for the ticket and, you know, the tickets and so on. And the money's always there. I don't know where it comes from. I don't even know the people it comes from. But it's there. And so I can tell you that when we begin to enter into that relationship with the Christ, he opens the storehouse of heaven.
Yes, it does.
And said, see if I will not pour out to you a blessing that you'll not be able to contain.
Amen.
Oh, how many times have I said, God, I don't know how I'm going to handle all this. You have blessed me so much. You've blessed me so much. He said, but it's to do my will, and you do my will. That's why I bless you.
Amen.
See?
Thank you, Father.
So, beloved, this is the truth now. So, if the promise of God was that the seed of the woman would bruise the head of the serpent, that is to destroy him.
Yes.
Because once you crush the head of the snake, the rest of it will follow. I don't know whether he dies from the tail up, which way it goes, but if you crush his head, that's the end of it. Because that's the business end of the whole thing. You see? And so, this is a wonderful promise. That not only has that snake deceived us, and not only has that snake caused us to eat from the wrong tree, but now God says, I'm going to give you the joy of crushing its head and destroying it in your life and setting you free.
Hallelujah.
I believe that's the greatest promise in the Bible.
Yes, it is.
There's a lot of promises there, but that one really, it's what I just love to think about. And I put my foot on the head of that snake, and I have stomped on it as hard as I could. And I want to tell you, he doesn't bother me a whole lot anymore. But he did give me a